welcome back to my YouTube channel. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night wherever you are. So today I'm making a boubou dress, a very simple stylish boubou dress using an adire fabric. Get your measurement ready, get your fabric ready, get your scissors ready, get your tape ready, your chalk, your pen, your measurement, everything you're using, because this is gonna be a very serious one. Yeah. So everything is set down. Next thing you'll be doing is to take down the measurement, like to calculate the measurement after opening the fabric. You calculate, like for example, now this is how I calculate it now. The bust area will be divided by 4 because you're going to flip the material into 2 parts. Then the waist area divided by 4, the hip divided by 4, and what else? And take the length of the person. Then you check the shoulder, yeah, divided by 2 will be for armhole, divided by another 2 will be for the neck hole. I hope you guys understand. Now look at what I'm doing there. Look at it. So that's how you divide it. At the end of the day, I'll show you guys the whole thing at the end of the day, so just stay tuned. The bust measurement is 50 divided by 4, 12.5, waist for 7 divided by 4, 11.5, hip 50 divided by 4, 13, shoulder 19 divided by 2, and that is it. So you fold the fabric into 2 parts, which will be for the front area first, and then the second into 2 parts will be for the back area. After putting into 2 parts, you take your measurement divided by 4, that was 12.5 for the bust. You mark it out, like you tick it out. When you tick it out, you take out extra 2 inches for allowance, because this dress has to be very, very free, extremely free. When you take out extra 2 inches, look at it, that's 14.5 inches. Then you go down to the hip area of the clothes, the waist area of the clothes, to mark. Waist area was 11.75. I summarized it, approximated it into 12 inches. So you take that one too. Then you take the hips, that was I think 13 inches. Then you add 2 inches allowance for all of them. Then you check out the armhole. The armhole is supposed to be 8.5 or 9 inches. 9.5 inches. That's 19 divided by 2, right? But I'm going to be using 10 inches plus extra 2 inches around, because it has to be very free. So I'm using 12 inches at the end of the day. After checking that one, then you go and check the length of the dress, which in this video is 60, but I made it 62 because of allowance for folding. Make sure I use ruler. Don't follow my footsteps, because I'm a pro, you know. So after taking out that, you cut it. Ta-da! After cutting it, you won't cut out anything on the other part of the dress, because the cut is going to be extremely free. If the fabric was even wider than that, just mark out 12 extra inches or 10 extra inches or even 20 inches, depending on how you want the dress to drop. But this one don't have to be too big, because this fabric is strong, it won't drop. Then now we go for the neck hole measurement. I use the depth of 6 inches because I want it to be kind of high, but the person is busted. I want it to be kind of high. I would have made it down, that's 8 inches or 9 inches, but I want to use 6 inches. Then the length of 4 inches instead of 4.5. I don't want it to be too wide. Then you would mark it. For the back, then you mark out the shoulder rest, that is 4 inches. Then the other part of the dress will be cut out. You just know that point of shoulder, you just know where you start sewing from under the armpit for. Do you understand? Don't know if you understand though. I'm just there blabbing. If you don't understand, shall drop my hand on Instagram. You can ask me a question there. I'm ready to explain anything to you. I'm ready to teach you everything you don't understand. Now I'm trying to mark out the points for the armhole. Marking out 10 inches. Then plus extra 2 inches allowance. Then you mark out the midpoint of that dress, because you'll be needing it for sewing down the line. I'll show you guys what you'll be needing it for. Then for the back of the dress, because you don't want the back to drop as much as the front is dropping, you have to make it 2 inches instead of 6 inches. Do you understand? Look at it. I'm making the back of the dress 2 inches and not 6 inches. So you won't be looking like one iyabasarah in your dress. When you make the back 6 inches and make the front 6 inches, you won't know which one is the back and the front. So you make sure you make the back to be higher and then the front to go down. So you cut out the front first before you cut out the back, so you won't make a mistake. After cutting out the front, then you cut out the back. Please make sure you use a French curve or you use a ruler, because I don't want you to make a mistake. Do you understand? So after cutting out that back part of your dress and the front part, you mark out the midpoint and you spread it out, because you've marked out the hip before, we marked out the waist, and then we marked out the bust. So now you spread it out. Then you go back to your measurements. You use divided by 2 and not divided by 4, because now it's just 2 fabric, like 2 folding. It's not more 4 folding. If you are following up, you understand what I'm trying to say here. If you don't understand, look at it's 2 folding. If you don't understand, you subscribe to my channel. If you don't understand, you send me a DM, please. And then this is the midpoint of the dress, because divided by 2 is supposed to be 25, divided by under 2 is supposed to be 12.5, and then you put it in the middle there, bam, 12.5. After for the midpoint of 25, which is the half of 50, and then you go to the waist. You look for the midpoint of the waist is 48, right? That's 24. Look for the midpoint of 24, and then you will tick. And then you go down below to the hips point, and then you look for. Okay, let me tell you guys something. The hip point is actually 9 inches from the waist. That's a secret. The hip point is actually 9 inches from the waist. That's a secret. And so when you spread it out, you mark out that the half of 12, the half of 24, that's the midpoint, and then you take it. Look at it. I'm taking out the midpoint of the hip. I don't know how many the hip is. Follow the measurements. I know you guys understand me. I'm just blabbing. Yeah. So after doing all of that, don't forget to add 2 inches to the ones you've already ticked before. You're only ticking these 2 sides now so that you won't make mistake while sewing. Because if you tick only one part of the dress, when you start sewing now, you'll be confused. So now we've marked out 1 and then marked out 20 something at that point. You saw what I did, And this is the waist to the hip, 9. That's the waist then to the hip, mark out 9. And then you check out that place. Look at it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, or else 600 years for you. 600 years of suffering, 600 years of hunger. God forbid. Subscribe, I know you guys are going to subscribe. You guys are my sweet angels. So now I've marked out 1, and then I'm marking out 26. That's the midpoint. 26.26 is 52, right? You understand what I'm trying to say now? 52 divided by 2. Then that is the line you're going to sew. You sew all those points together. After adding 2 inches, you sew down with those points, the 2 parts, from the 12 inches space you left from the shoulder for the armhole. You now start sewing it down after folding the 2 edges, and then the bottom part, for then piping the neck. This is how you pipe the neck. You use a bias to pipe around the neck, then you fold the 2 edges I showed you, and then the bottom part before you now sew it down. God, this dress is so fucking easy. This is how to sew it. Look at how smooth and sweet it looks. It looks scrumptious. So look at this, scrumptious. I feel like wearing this dress, but it's not my size. Then now you sew the 2 edges, the 2 shoulder edges. You know that point now where the shoulder is, that point that will rest on the shoulder after sewing clothes. Yes, you sew it down. This is the result. Like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. This is beautiful. Look at this dress, looks so nice. Look at the edges. I sewed it down. Look at the armhole. Look at it. Look at this dress. Give your mother this kind of gift. Make this kind of dress for your mom. I hope you guys get this dress right. Please subscribe to this channel because more beautiful videos will be coming up. And if you guys attempt this dress, please can send me a DM on Instagram. Let me see what you did. Thank you very much for watching till the end. I appreciate everything and I love you guys so well. Scrumptious dress.